What's going on? Born for Sports. Well, the week is over. That Dallas fiasco is put in the rearview mirror. It's time for week 2. Now, we got the Arizona Cardinals, which on the road, and on paper, we're supposed to beat this team. I know when I saw the schedule come out and I looked at that schedule, I said, this is a game we have to have and we will have. Of course, after week 1, the way we got stomped by Dallas, we got those doubts in the back of our minds that the New York Giants are in deep trouble if they look like that against Dallas. What's going to happen in a letdown game against Arizona? Well, there's some concerns that we've learned injury-wise that we have to keep an eye on. And I'm looking at Andrew Thomas. I'm looking at that Andrew Thomas injury, and I'm like, and ideally, if we would have beat Dallas and won that game, I would say, hey, let them rest, sit them. Sit them against Arizona and get them ready for San Fran on a short week because, man, after that loss and the way we looked last week, we're staring at 0-3 if we don't take care of business tomorrow against Arizona, and I think they will. I think the Giants will win. I don't know if it's going to be as easy as I thought it was going to be with that Andrew Thomas news, but I expect this football team to look like the team, more of the team that we thought we were going to get this year. Bottom line, you got to beat Arizona. There's no excuse. I mean, shit, the moves that they made in the offseason look like they don't want to win games. So if you can't go out there and beat, and I know, hey, they almost beat Washington. Well, you know what? I think Washington is one of those teams that are not going to be having a great season anyway. They got Sam Howell at quarterback. Come on now. And, and week 1 is usually the week of you get a lot of upsets anyway. Teams that are expected to contend are not always going to be in full motion, hitting on all cylinders anyway. So I look at this game like we got to win this, man. And Andrew Thomas' injury concerns me. Now, if he warms up tomorrow and he says, hey, it's just not a good look, it's not a good go, you're going to have to sit him. And what does that mean for us? Well, the way this O-line played last week against Dallas, listen, it's not good news at all. At all. This O-line was terrible last week. Evan Neal has got me starting to think that maybe he might need a position change. I'm not there yet totally, but I'm getting there. Evan Neal, we're going to need you to step up, my dude. It's time. You're a 7th overall pick. You're in year 2. You got to show something. I'm not saying, he's supposed to be an all-pro, but damn, man, you got to show that last year is not you. And what we saw last week was last year. This game has to be won with the offensive line, okay? Because I don't care who you playing. If you can't block them, you ain't going to win. You're going to lose. So this is an important game for the Giants. A very important game. We got San Fran on a short week and a couple of days after that. So this is a game we have to win. That's a bad Arizona team, bottom line. Go beat them. I don't care if you win by 3. I don't care if you win by 20. I don't care if you win by 1 point. Win the game. That is the bottom line today that I'm preaching, because the Giants need it. They're a better football team than what they showed last week. Okay, there was a lot of alarms to be sung right there, the way they looked, especially offensively. So I need Daniel Jones to play like a $40 million quarterback who is looking to lift this team to a bounce-back win. That is not an all-pro team. That is not one of the best teams in the league you facing this week. Go be one of the best players on the field. Bottom line, I don't care what's going on with the offensive line. And I'm not saying all that was on him last week, but he did not play well either. He didn't help his own self. Offensive line, let's go. Show some freaking pride out there. Show some pride. Block those guys. Arizona's defense has speed, but you know what? It's not all that good. Bottom line, the roster on Arizona is not all that good. We need this win. I'm going to say it's going to look more like the Chicago Bear game last year, where it wasn't pretty, but the Giants get a win. Let's go, Giants. Get it done.